as you guys know, I sit down, I speak with SDRs, I sit down and I speak with AEs. And one of the biggest things I am seeing and hearing from you guys is no-show rates. AEs get pissed off, SDRs get pissed off, businesses get pissed off, because guess what? No one wins. So if you're an SDR and you're booking in meetings and you're struggling with your no-show rates, right? You're obviously going to get closer to the exit door. The more you book and the more that no show, you're not going to get to your target, right? So what can we do in today's market to try and improve our no-show rates? Well, that's what I've gone away and thought about. And I've come back to you and built something that I believe will help with those no-show rates and help reduce them right down. Right, I've put together a prevention strategy for you, right? The goal is to increase perceived value, urgency, and commitment before the meeting starts. So what are we going to do with our prevention strategies? Well, first things first, value reinforcement. Okay, no nonsense strategy, and I'll also tell you why it works. What are we going to do? We're going to send a pre-call value add agenda, SDRs. So within 1 hour of booking, send a brief personalized email or a personalized video. Here's what we'll cover, and the one actionable takeaway or insight you'll get whether you invest with us or not. We got to give them a reason to show up for the demonstration. All well and good when you've got them on the call and you book them in. That's very much a gut feel, a gut move. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's get something booked in. But then time passes, and what you want to do is just get the value reinforcement over to them. Why did they say yes? This is why they said yes. And regardless, you're taking the pressure off as well. Whether you invest or not, you are going to gain something from attending this demo, and you're going to get a free value add, or you're going to get insight for free. Something that is going to be super useful for you, Mr. Prospect. All right. Now, whatever that might be, you guys are the ones selling the product and booking in the meetings and understanding and uncovering their pain. Make sure that you cover off, here's what we'll cover, and the one actionable takeaway you're going to get, or your one thing that you're actually going to take away from this meeting, regardless of whether you invest or partner with us or not. Why does it work? It shifts the meeting from a pitch to a consultation. This is professional, guys. We're in SaaS. Yeah? We're not selling penny stocks here, right? From Wolf on Wall Street. This is a consultation. This isn't just a pitch. This isn't half-assed, half-baked, winging it. This is, hey, we've got a software product, a tool that is going to add value to you. And I'm more convinced of that based on our conversation that we had. So again, I'm going to reinforce the value add. I'm going to shift the perspective of this being a pitch to a consultation. That's what we've booked you in for. The prospect has a clear reason to show up. And then we move into scheduling. Again, short-term scheduling and time optimization. Try to schedule within 7 days. Avoid Monday mornings. Why? Because everyone's come back for the weekend. They might have Monday morning meetings, but they're also going to be playing catch up from the weekend. They are going to look to move your Monday morning meeting. The worst time to book in a demo. Okay? Potentially Friday afternoons. Again, this isn't a given, but there is this feeling that sales reps have and people have in general. Friday afternoon, everyone's winding down. Maybe they'll finish early or whatever. But there's a question mark to that, because if you're a serious business, you're going to attend a Friday afternoon meeting. And studies often show 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. has the lowest no-show rates. Did you know that? 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, these Thursday and Friday, these slots are prime time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Why does it work? The shorter the gap, the less likely priorities shift. Capitalize on warm interest. In other words, you want to strike while the iron is at its hottest. Now, commitment, active confirmation. What do I mean by this? Active confirmation and multi-channel reminders require a click to confirm step. Send them reminders and do it via multiple channels. You've got email, you've got LinkedIn. Yeah, utilize that within the first 48 hours. In the first an hour out from the meeting, you may want to send an SMS, or you may want to send it an hour after you've booked it. But you can send them a text. You may even want to, based on your first call, give them a call the day before. Hey, I'm calling to just bring this back to the top of your inbox. This is the agenda. My AE has asked me to give you a shout because they're going to add an extra step to the agenda. Is there anything that you want to add to this agenda so my AE can add it in ahead of your call tomorrow? There's a reason why you're calling, not just calling to say, hey, you're going to show up tomorrow. Hey, we've just tweaked the agenda, but we also want to give you the chance to add to the agenda. This is the best time to do it so my AE can add it in to the call before you guys jump on your demo tomorrow. Sound good? Great. The act of confirming is a minor psychological commitment, right? Why do we do this? We do this because we need to get mini micro commitments throughout the process. We need to keep them engaged. We need to manage the early part of a sales cycle that is at its most volatile and unsafe. Now, multi-channel ensures the message is seen. Yeah, we're going to hit them up with an email hour after the call. This is the value add confirmation. We're then going to hit them up with a potential agenda the day before the call. Might drop a message on LinkedIn, might just connect. Hey, thought it'd be great to connect post our call. My AE's buzzing to see you on Friday, right? Multi-channel, multi-touch points. It keeps you front of mind and you're just ticking off those micro commitments. And finally, obviously, the biggest one, to make sure that you reduce your no-shows down, or the best way to reduce your no-shows down is do proper qualifying. Yeah. Qualify them. Don't just go through a budget rubbish little checklist and hope and just try and, or even worse, just push them into a slot without actually having done a clear discovery. You might ring someone. They've only got 30 seconds. You haven't really done a discovery. Tell you what, to make sure they show up, don't put them in your A's calendar off the back of a 30-second call. Hey, look, I know I've called you out of the blue. Thank you for giving me at least a few seconds to make sure that we're actually on the right track here. There's a couple of bits I still need to cover off. I'd like to do that before we even think about booking you in for a consultation. Are you free tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I can run through this? You're only going to need a maximum of 10 minutes. Or does tomorrow afternoon work better for you? Get them booked in for a follow-up call that you run, not that your AE has to run, because they're running that from scratch. And let's be honest, if you've done a 30-second call and booked someone in for a meeting, they ain't showing up. Why should they? That's on you, SDRs, all right? Right. So have a clear discovery before offering a meeting slot. An unqualified meeting is a guaranteed no-show. Why does this work? It focuses limited calendar space on high intent, high fit prospects. This is the kind of stuff that you're shooting for. It has to be high intent, high fit. And how do you do that? You do that through your thorough qualifying, through your thorough deep discovery. And guys, if you want help on how to do a discovery, and Neil, I don't know how to do a deep discovery. Well, luckily for you, I have put together my 50 best discovery questions that will get you to pain and then drill deep. It will allow you to drill deeper. 50 discovery questions. They are free. The link is in the description. Get your copy now. You won't regret it. Now, guys, we can do all of this and we will still get some no-shows, right? This isn't a bulletproof method to get rid of all no-shows. But what do we do when that happens? We just let it go, move on to the next. What are you guys doing? Don't forget, a no-show doesn't mean no interest. It often means no priority. Yeah, you had the conversation with them in the first place. There was interest there during the call. That's how you booked them in, right? Hopefully you didn't just push them into a meeting for the sake of it and they were just saying yes to get your phone. You did your deep discovery. You found that there was pain there that they need resolving. There's an intent there as well from them, and they're going to benefit from at least sitting down with our AEs. And then they no-show. Well, doesn't mean there's no interest. Remember, you booked them in with interest in the first place. It often means no priority. What do you want to do? You want to send the mistake email. Send a very short, non-blaming email immediately after the no-show. Hey, John, my apologies. Looks like something came up either on my end or yours. No worries at all. Was it still worth a quick 15 minutes to discuss specific pain point this week? If so, let me know if tomorrow at 2 p.m. works or Thursday at 10 a.m. if that's better for you. We need to follow up. It's super important because it assumes positive intent and offers new firm slots. Something could have come up, especially if you've done a great discovery and you think, that's odd, they should have shown up. I mean, if I was fully expecting them to show up, if that's the case, definitely send this email. Again, you're not blaming, you're not going, hey, we had a meeting, or hey, my A's waiting on the bridge, like what's going on? Why are you not on the call? You think that's going to encourage them to get on the call in a good light? Or in a good frame of mind? No, they've gone missing. They've gone AWOL. Obviously, you're going to pick up the phone if they haven't jumped on. But if they don't show up, they don't answer the phone. Hey, my apologies. Looks like something came up either on my end or yours. No worries at all. Was it still worth a quick 15 to look at this later this week? If so, I've got 2 p.m. tomorrow. I've also got 10 a.m. on Thursday. What one works best for you? And I'll get that booked in. Yep, that's the message we want to send. And if the first attempt fails, shift to a value-first approach. Send a relevant, ungated resource, case study, one-pager, short video, testimonial that directly addresses their biggest challenge, referencing the original meeting topic. Totally respect your schedule is busy. Since we were going to discuss X, Y, and Z pain point, I thought this quick 3-step guide on fixing Y might be helpful in the meantime. No need to meet unless you have questions. What are we doing there? Removing the pressure and adding value. That is the theme of this week's podcast. SDRs, AEs, sales reps. No need to meet unless you have questions. But again, the value add bit. Don't just let them disappear and think move on to the next. You know, if it was a good opportunity, you need to go through these steps. And the final step you're going to do with these high intent, really good potential ops is we're going to re-nurture them. We're going to put them into a low volume, high value marketing sequence that touches them with relevant content every 4 to 6 weeks to keep your brand top of mind until their priority shifts. You have to put them through these steps. The no-shows, especially the meetings that you thought, hey, I know we can help them. And that was a really good call when I booked them in. And we're missing an opportunity here. This is a really good one. Well, this is what you're going to do. You're going to put them through these steps. Get them firstly rebooked back in if you can. If not, value add. And then put them, if all else fails, into a re-nurture sequence. Because again, it is of interest to them, but it may just not be a priority. Move them into a low volume, high value marketing sequence. Make sure you do that. When their priorities shift, you're going to get them booked back in. So guys, I hope that was useful. And I hope to hear all of you guys putting that into effect and your no-show rates coming down. We are coming up to the end of Q4, the end of 2025. We can't be starting 2026 in a tough market with high no-show rates, because then we are on a hiding to nowhere. Okay. Make sure you start implementing these things. And if you have questions, drop me a line, drop me a comment. I want to hear them, right? If you're thinking, hey, Neil, I'm not sure this is working, let's have a conversation about it. That is what you need to do in today's market. And that's what we all need to do as a community.